What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems? Welcome back to my channel. This is a place where I make short films and I talk about filmmaking and I talk about writing because that's what I'm into. My name is Monica Bryant. If you don't know that, if you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe and hang out and make videos every Sunday. If you've already subscribed and you know what's up, you're in for a treat today. Because today I am going to give the 5 reasons why I stopped going on Hollywood auditions. I mean, when I was living in my hometown, my whole dream was to move to LA and I want to be a big movie star. But then I got here, I got to LA and things unfolded and I was like, oh, do I really want that? Disclaimer, these are my personal thoughts and opinions. These are stories about things that happened to me. This is not advice. I'm not telling you to not pursue acting. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go on auditions, do it. Do it. I'm just talking about my own personal lived experiences here. I'm not trying to sway anybody. Also, I do still go to Halloween Horror Nights auditions because scare acting is life. It's the exception, not the rule. The first reason, casting websites cost too much money, and I personally don't feel like they should cost any money. I think you should be able to go to a site for free, see what auditions are out there, and be able to apply. And I know that the money weeds people out or whatever, but it's very elitist and it's the kind of thing where you need to make money to be able to put money in. So it's very dumb. Nobody pays to apply for a job at McDonald's. Nobody pays to apply for a job doing what I do at Universal. It doesn't, you don't have to pay to apply for any other job, but if you want to audition, well, you have to pay this site and then maybe they'll call you for an audition. It's not even like if you subscribe to these sites like Backstage and Actors Access or whatever. Even if you subscribe and submit yourself and you do all the things and you leap through all the hoops that they want you to leap through, if you put extra headshots and you put a reel and you do all this stuff, you still might not get to even audition. I'm reading off my phone, by the way, so don't judge me. That alone was irritating. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the casting calls on these sites were just straight up degrading to women and just freaking gross. They'd be looking for video girls and, curvy girls with large breasts and large buttocks and $100 a day flat rate video girl, and you can just dance on this dude. And I would get these castings for these really just gross sounding characters. I'm like, do I even want to do this? If you're gonna put that out there, at least make it appealing. I don't want to be playing some gross weird video girl. Okay, and that is not, I feel like I'm throwing shade at video girls. I am not throwing shade at video girls. I'm just saying that when the overwhelming majority of the casting calls you get are for video girls, it starts to make you wonder, are you trying to imply that there's nothing else out there that I can do? Degrading experiences at auditions is number 2. So I auditioned for this vampire movie and it was in it was in downtown. I went with one of my friends. We went to this audition. We were so excited because we're like, oh my God, we're auditioning for a vampire movie. And the people in the room were so effing rude. There was 4 people sitting at a table and they were all on their phones. They were texting. They weren't even listening to me. I'm performing the scene with the person reading and they're just sitting there like this. Not even looking at me, not even paying any attention to me. And it was so freaking rude. I mean, you always hear these stories about actors and everybody always tells actors how you have to have a good attitude and you have to be respectful and show up on time and do this and do that. And they make you jump through 90,000 hoops as an actor. But the people on the other side of the table no standards for these people, no expectations whatsoever. You can just walk into a room to audition and be treated like crap by the people watching you, if they're watching, if they're not on their phones. I just thought it was completely rude. It's like, do you care about the product or the project that you're casting that you can't even watch me? Like, even if I'm doing a terrible job, the least you could do is like just stop me and say thank you and ask me to go. Don't degrade me by sitting there on your phone. I went to an audition one time and it was like at a guy's house. And it seemed legit, but it was still very creepy that I drove to some residential area. And this was an audition that I got off of Backstage. And it was at some guy's house. I didn't get the part, but it was creepy. And I felt uncomfortable being there. And that probably came through in my performance. Just, it's like maybe you could have rented out a space to do this. I don't know why I'm at your house. This is weird. Headshots. Nailing a look. Guys, I have natural hair. I literally change my hair like every other week. My hair is always different. I don't look like my headshots. Just in the face, the hair is going to be different. And it's frustrating. And headshots are expensive. And everybody talks a bunch of crap about you if you make your own headshot by yourself. But, sometimes you got to do what you got to do because things are expensive. Also, when I get on set, because I'm black, because my hair is very kinky coily, the white people on set never know what to do with my hair. So I always have to do my own hair. Like the white girls will just like get their hair done. And then there's me and I'm like doing my own hair. And not that I'm complaining about doing my own hair, because I would much rather do my own hair than have somebody else do it. And then they screw it up and then I have to be pissed off about it. But it just shows that, there's a lack of representation in these circles. 4. A lot of times when you get these acting jobs, you're working for free. You're working for copy and credit, exposure. You know what? Copy and credit don't pay the bills. Neither does exposure. So you have to have like some other kind of job while you're doing these things. And if you're working at certain kinds of places, they do not want you taking time off to go to an audition. And it's very rare to find those jobs where they're cool with that. Most places are going to be like, no, this is your schedule. These are the hours you're going to work. And if you don't show up, we're going to fire you. So it makes it a lot difficult to pursue a career in acting. The 5th and final reason, and the biggest reason that I stopped auditioning in Hollywood, is because I want to tell stories. So I realized in order to do that, well, then I need to write, and I probably need to make it myself. And if I still want to act, you know what? I'm going to cast myself. I didn't say that I gave up acting. I want you to realize that I didn't say I gave up acting. I just gave up doing the auditioning part. If you're going to be an actor in Hollywood, maybe this is the advice part. If this is what you want to do, like, take care of yourself. Don't come off, desperation doesn't work. People can smell desperation. That's how you get taken advantage of. That's how you get used and abused. Don't do that. Don't play that game. If you really want to act and you're just like, auditions aren't working out, then try doing some stuff on your own. Because honestly, the whole auditioning process is just really gross to me, and I got tired of it. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. So if people are like, oh, I'm going to audition for this, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Maybe if it's like a voiceover audition, I'll do it. But I'm not going to show up and read a paper to you. Like, I'm not doing that. I've had way too many bad experiences, and I would simply just rather not. But hey, are you an actor? Do you go on auditions? Are you in LA or Atlanta or wherever? Are you doing the thing? Tell me about it. Tell me about some crazy stuff that happened to you. But that's my story. That's what happened to me. And that's all I got for you this week. But, thank you for sticking around. I'm so glad you were here this whole time. And you know what? Since you stayed this whole time, just go ahead and say what's up to me in the comments. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!